Dear starseed from Gaia, the one who was made to match is already moving toward you, and the universe has chosen this exact moment to confirm what your heart has always known. I am Ophelia, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I am delivering this transmission directly from the Arcturian Love Council, who have been watching your journey and who speak now with unmistakable clarity. The separation you have endured was never the end of the story. It was the refinement of your heart. You did not find this transmission by chance. Your heart called this message in. Something in you recognized the signal before your mind had the words for it. And that recognition, that quiet pull in your chest right now, is the Arcturian Love Council confirming that you are exactly where you are meant to be. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to recognize the one who will truly match your frequency and align with the sacred union your soul came here to experience. But here is the first revelation. The reason you have not yet felt fully met is not because you are too much. It is because you have been standing in rooms too small for what you carry. The one who matches your frequency is not intimidated by your depth. They are built for it. This is not content. It is a transmission. Something in your soul is ready to remember. Like this transmission to affirm to the universe, my heart is ready for divine love. Subscribe if you are on the twin flame path and aligning with sacred union. Comment 1111 if you feel your heart awakening to divine truth right now, and share your twin flame sign in the comments to support someone else on their journey home. This is not just a message. It is a moment of divine intervention. Your soul has been waiting for this guidance. Your heart knows why you are here. And here is what no one has told you about that feeling, the one that lives just beneath your ribs, the one that has no name but every explanation. That quiet ache you carry when you are surrounded by people who love you but still feel unseen. That inexplicable longing that visits you in the middle of ordinary moments while you are driving, or standing in a grocery store aisle, or watching two strangers laugh in a way that makes something in you go silent. That feeling is not loneliness. It is memory. It is your frequency searching for its match. And the reason it is so difficult to explain to anyone else is because it does not live in the language of ordinary emotion. It is not grief, though it carries grief's weight. It is not depression, though it can make the ordinary world feel muted and far away. It is something older than your current circumstances, something that predates this body, this name, this chapter. It is the echo of a knowing you arrived here with, a knowing that love, real love, the kind that sees the full architecture of your soul and chooses it without hesitation, is not only possible but inevitable. And the longer you go without it, the louder that echo becomes, not to torment you, to direct you. Not every soul came here to experience love the way the world teaches it. Some of you came here carrying a blueprint so precise, so sacred, that ordinary connection, no matter how kind, no matter how genuine, has never quite fit the shape of what you know is possible. And for a long time, you have been told that the problem is you, that you are too sensitive, too idealistic, too deep, that you expect too much. But what if none of that is true? What if the reason nothing has fit is because you have been trying to press a sacred frequency into a vessel that was never designed to hold it? Think about what it means to spend years attempting to pour ocean water into a glass made for something smaller. The glass is not wrong for being what it is, and the ocean is not wrong for being what it is. But the incompatibility is not a failure, it is information. It is the universe, again and again, pointing you toward the truth that you are not sized for average. You are not built for surface contact. You are a soul who came here with a contract written in a language most people have never learned to read. And every relationship that felt like almost every connection that came close but could not fully arrive was not the universe mocking you. It was the universe ensuring that you did not stop too soon, that you did not mistake a comfortable approximation for the real thing. Settle into it and close the door on what was actually yours. What you just felt, that quiet ache mixed with recognition, is not sadness. It is your frequency remembering what it came here to receive. If this transmission stirred something you cannot name, the divine love frequency code was written for this exact moment in your journey. It contains 5 sacred Arcturian transmissions designed to dissolve the wounds blocking your divine counterpart and activate the signal that draws them closer. The link is in the first pinned comment, but it will only remain there for a short time. Here is the truth about why most souls on this path struggle with love. It is not because love is withholding itself. It is not because they are broken or behind or forgotten by the universe. It is because they are operating from a fractured signal. A signal shaped by every moment they were taught that their depth was a burden. Every relationship where they chose someone who could only meet them halfway and then wondered why they still felt alone. Every time they muted their own knowing to make someone else comfortable. Every apology they gave for wanting more. Over time, those moments do not just leave emotional scars. They leave energetic imprints. And those imprints begin broadcasting a frequency that does not match the love they are actually meant to receive. This is not a poetic metaphor. It is the literal mechanics of how frequency works in a vibrational universe. Every experience you have ever had that caused you to contract around your own worthiness. Every moment a parent dismissed your sensitivity. Every time a partner made you feel like your depth was exhausting. Every friendship where you gave everything and received the surface of someone in return. Each of those moments left a mark, not just in your memory, but in the electromagnetic field of your body. In the way your nervous system holds tension. In the posture of your heart. In the patterns your mind returns to at 3 a.m. when the distractions have gone quiet and you are left alone with what you actually feel. These are not wounds of the past, living only in the past. They are active transmissions happening in the present. And they are shaping what you magnetize towards you right now. Think of it this way. Imagine your heart is a transmission tower. Every unhealed wound becomes interference in the signal. Every time you settled, you told your frequency that you were not worth the full bandwidth. Every time you shrunk yourself to keep someone close, you sent out a broadcast that said, "Small love is acceptable here." And the universe, which responds not to your prayers, but to your actual energetic output, brought you exactly what your signal described. Not because it was punishing you, because it was listening. The universe is not selective in its response. It is not choosing your neighbors over you, granting love to those who seem less deserving while withholding it from those who have done the deepest work. It is reading. It is translating. It is taking the full output of your energetic field, your beliefs, your wounds, your buried expectations, your oldest agreements with yourself about what you are allowed to receive, and it is matching that output with corresponding experiences. Which means that the pattern is not random, and the pattern is not permanent. But the pattern cannot change on the surface while it remains unchanged at its source. Most people respond to this by trying harder on the outside, changing their appearance, expanding their social circles, downloading another dating application, working on their communication skills, and there is nothing wrong with any of that. But if the signal beneath the surface has not changed, nothing on the surface will hold. You will keep attracting the lesson disguised as the love. And you will keep wondering what you are doing wrong when the truth is that you are not doing anything wrong. You are simply broadcasting from a wound instead of from your wholeness. There is a particular kind of heartbreak that belongs to the soul who has done everything right by the world's measure and still finds themselves standing at the edge of another, almost watching something that looked like the answer dissolve before it could fully arrive. That heartbreak is not a reflection of your inadequacy. It is a reflection of the gap between your surface actions and your interior signal. And the good news, the real, transformative good news, is that signal work is not complicated. It is not inaccessible. It does not require more doing. It requires a different kind of being. It requires turning inward in a way that most people are afraid to do, because what lives inside has not always been safe to look at directly. This is where the path diverges for souls like you, because the healing that is required is not surface-level work. It is not a 7-day challenge or a morning routine or a list of boundaries you tape to your mirror. It is a return, a remembering. It is the slow, sacred process of going back into every chamber of your heart that closed in the name of survival and asking it to open again. Not because someone new deserves to walk through it, but because you do. There is no shortcut through this kind of work. But there is a map. And the map is not complicated, it is simply honest. It requires you to be willing to sit with yourself in the places that have been dark for a long time. To bring light not as an act of performance, but as an act of love toward yourself. To stop waiting for someone else to illuminate what you have already decided is too broken to show. Every chamber of your heart that closed did so in service of your survival. It closed because at the time, it was the only way to keep going. Honor that. And then, gently, begin asking each one to breathe again. The first unlocking is the worthiness chamber. And for most starseeds, This is the one that has been sealed the longest. Worthiness is not something you build. It is something you remember. From the moment most of you were old enough to feel the world's response to your sensitivity, you began accumulating evidence that who you naturally were was somehow too much, too emotional, too intuitive, too serious about things others found trivial. And so you developed a kind of internal negotiation. You learned to offer less of yourself in exchange for acceptance. You learned to compress your knowing into a size that did not make others uncomfortable. And in that compression, a belief took root in the soil of your nervous system. A belief that says love is something you earn by becoming palatable. That if people knew the full depth of you, they would leave. This compression is subtle. It does not announce itself. It happens so gradually, over so many small moments of editing and dimming and adjusting, that by the time you are an adult navigating love, you do not even notice you are doing it. You present a version of yourself that you have calculated is acceptable, and you wait to see if that version is loved. And when it is, when someone responds warmly to the version you have constructed, there is a part of you that does not feel fully met, because it was not the full you that was received. It was the curated you, the safe version, the one who laughed off the depth instead of speaking it, the one who made peace with less because asking for more felt too risky. And this is how you can be in relationship and still feel profoundly alone. That belief is the first door that must open before your sacred counterpart can arrive. Because your divine match does not want the compressed version of you. They are not equipped to love a fragment. They are specifically coded to recognize the whole of you. And if you are not showing up whole, the recognition cannot happen. The unlock comes when you stop auditioning for love and begin inhabiting yourself so fully, so unapologetically, that your frequency becomes unmistakable, not louder, clearer. Clarity of frequency is not about being more expressive or more visible. It is not about broadcasting your depth on social media or leading with your wounds in every conversation. It is something quieter and far more powerful than that. It is the internal decision to stop negotiating the terms of your own existence, to stop pre-editing yourself for an audience that has not yet arrived, to walk into the room of your own life fully, without holding parts of yourself back in reserve, because you are not yet sure they will be welcome. When you make that decision not once, but repeatedly, in the small daily moments where the old compression tries to reassert itself, your frequency shifts. It becomes undeniable. And what is undeniable is impossible to miss. The second unlocking is the mirror recognition, and this one requires honesty. Your divine counterpart is not coming to complete you. That is one of the most beautiful and also most damaging stories that has circulated in spiritual communities. It implies that you are, in your current state, half of something. It implies that you are waiting to be finished. But wholeness is not the destination, it is the requirement. Your counterpart arrives to reflect what you have already integrated, not to supply what you have refused to develop. The mirror shows you your own frequency. And if your frequency is still broadcasting unworthiness, fear, or quiet self-abandonment, the mirror will show you that first, often in the form of connection that feels close but cannot fully land. You have experienced this. You have felt the magnetic pull towards someone who seemed, from a distance, like they could be it. And as you moved closer, the connection began to reveal things their unavailability, mirroring your own buried belief that you are not worthy of someone fully present. Their emotional guardedness reflecting your own fear of being truly seen. Their inconsistency showing you where you have been inconsistent with yourself. This is not the universe being cruel. This is the universe being precise. Before it can bring you into contact with someone who reflects your wholeness, it will bring you into contact with everything that is not yet whole, so that you have the opportunity to heal it consciously, rather than carry it unconsciously into the union that is meant to last. When this key turns, you stop asking the question of when they will arrive and start asking the question of what they would see if they arrived right now. That shift in orientation changes everything, because you stop placing your evolution on pause while you wait for external confirmation. You become the love you are calling in, and in becoming it, you make yourself findable. There is a profound irony at the center of this work. The more you focus on finding your counterpart, the more you tend to vibrate at the frequency of seeking, and seeking carries within it the implication of lack. But the more you focus on becoming your own counterpart, on giving yourself the presence, the depth, the full-bodied acknowledgement you have been hoping someone else will bring the more you vibrate at the frequency of wholeness. And wholeness is not just more attractive, it is the actual signal your divine match is tuned to receive. The third unlocking is the karmic release. This is the one most people resist because it requires them to grieve what they hoped would last. There are connections you have carried for years, possibly lifetimes, that were never contracts of union. They were contracts of healing. They came into your life wearing the face of the one, and for a season, they may have genuinely been. But karmic bonds have a natural completion point, and when that point is reached and you do not release the bond, you create a kind of energetic crowding. There is no room for what is aligned to enter, because you are still holding the door open for what was only meant to teach. Releasing a karmic contract does not mean the love was not real. It means you are wise enough to honor what it gave you without insisting it become something it was never designed to be. The unlock happens in the moment of conscious release, when you say, out loud or in silence, I honor what this was, I bless what this taught me, and I let it be complete. The grief of karmic release is real. Do not minimize it. There are people in your history whose faces still live behind your eyes at unexpected moments, whose voices you sometimes hear when the world is quiet, whose presence left a shape in your life that has not yet been filled. And it is so tempting to interpret that ongoing resonance as evidence that the bond was divine, that they were the one who simply did not stay. But consider another interpretation. Consider that the resonance you still feel is not evidence of unfinished union. It is evidence of unfinished healing, that the reason they still occupy space in your energetic field is not because they belong there permanently, but because there is something within that connection, a wound it activated, a truth it required you to face, a pattern it asked you to dissolve that has not yet been fully processed. The release is not abandonment of the love, it is the completion of the lesson. And until the lesson is complete, the space it occupies cannot be reassigned to what is truly yours. The fourth unlocking is the surrender to divine timing. And this is where many of you are living right now. You have done the work. You have healed things that would have broken others. You have gone to the depths of your own shadow and come back with light in your hands. And still, the union has not arrived. And the question that haunts you is not whether you deserve love, you know you do. The question is why it is taking this long. Here is what the Arcturian frequency holds as truth about this. Divine timing is not the universe being slow. It is the universe being precise. Your counterpart exists in a parallel thread of becoming, and the meeting point between your two journeys requires specific conditions. Not perfect conditions, precise ones. The work they are doing right now, the releasing, the expanding, the clearing, is happening in direct correspondence with yours. You are not waiting for a stranger. You are co-creating an arrival, and the surrender required is not passive resignation. It is active trust. It is the decision to live fully within the becoming, rather than standing at the threshold of your own life waiting for permission to exhale. This is perhaps the most challenging of all the unlockings for the deeply feeling soul, because the ache of the waiting is genuinely difficult. It is not abstract, it is physical. It lives in the body. It surfaces in the moments between the doing and the space after laughter fades, in the morning before the day begins, in the evening after the activity of the world has quieted. In those moments, the longing is not a philosophical concept. It is a lived reality, and telling yourself that it is all perfectly timed can feel, in those moments, like a spiritual bypass, like a beautiful idea that doesn't quite reach the place that actually hurts. But here is the deeper truth about divine timing that transforms the waiting from suffering into something else entirely. The timing is not arbitrary. It is not the universe making you wait, because waiting is somehow good for you in a punitive sense. The timing is structural. It exists because union between two highly evolved souls requires a precise alignment of interior readiness that cannot be rushed any more than a seed can be rushed into bloom. The conditions must be right, not just in you, but in them. And the most remarkable, awe-inducing thing about this process is that somewhere, right now, someone is doing their own interior work, facing their own wounds, releasing their own karmic contracts, learning their own worthiness, and that work is happening in direct response to yours. You are in correspondence with each other before you have ever met. The journey toward each other is already happening. The arrival is simply the visible culmination of a convergence that has been in motion far longer than you know. The fifth unlocking is the magnetic embodiment. And this is the key that most teachings stop just short of. Magnetism is not a quality you perform. It is not confidence as theater. It is not the elevated self-presentation of someone who has read all the right books and knows how to appear healed. Magnetic embodiment is the natural byproduct of genuine integration. When you have truly turned the previous keys, when you are living from worthiness, when you are being whole rather than seeking completion, when you have released what was only karmic, when you are trusting sacred timing, your energy becomes something entirely different. It stops asking. It stops reaching. It stops broadcasting desperation or longing, or the low hum of, "I am not yet enough." It begins to radiate a kind of still, luminous certainty, not arrogance, settledness, the frequency of someone who knows, on a level beneath thought, that what is theirs is coming, and that they are already, in this moment, worthy of receiving it. That frequency is not magnetic because it performs love. It is magnetic because it is love. There is a quality that genuinely integrated people carry that is almost impossible to fake and immediately recognizable to those who are sensitive enough to feel it. It is not charisma, though it can look like that from the outside. It is not beauty, though it illuminates the face. It is presence. Complete, unhurried, undefended presence. The kind that makes the person across from you feel as though time has slowed and they have your full attention, and more importantly, that they are safe. That quality is the external expression of a soul that is no longer at war with itself. A soul that has gathered all of its scattered parts back home and made peace with the whole picture. When you embody that quality not as a technique but as a genuine state of being, you do not just become more attractive. You become a signal that specific frequency can locate across any distance, any circumstance, any gap in timing. You become findable in the deepest sense of that word. The sixth unlocking is the wisdom of separation. Because some of you are in it right now, and you have been telling yourself it means something has gone wrong. Whether you are separated from someone you believe to be your counterpart, or whether you are simply in a chapter of solitude that feels longer than you can understand, separation is not abandonment by the divine plan. It is preparation within it. The space between two souls who are meant to meet in union is not empty. It is active. It is the interval in which both individuals do the interior work that could not be done if they were already merged. The ache of separation, when understood, becomes a compass rather than a wound. It points you inward. It asks you to become so whole in your own company that when your counterpart arrives, you bring fullness to the union instead of hunger. The unlock happens when you stop experiencing the distance as evidence of failure and begin receiving it as evidence of precision. Solitude for the deeply feeling soul can be one of the most demanding classrooms the universe assigns, because it removes the distractions that ordinarily keep you from having to sit with yourself fully. When there is no partner to orient around, no relationship dynamic to navigate, no romantic tension to channel your energy into, you are left with the most important relationship of your existence, the one you have with your own soul. And that relationship, for many of you, is one that has been perpetually deferred, perpetually placed second in line behind the pursuit of external connection. The invitation of this solitary season is not to endure it, it is to mine it, to discover, in the absence of another, exactly who you are when no one is watching, when no one's perception shapes your self-understanding, when no one's love or withdrawal of love determines your worth. The self you find in that spaciousness is the self your counterpart will actually meet, and meeting them from that place grounded, known to yourself, unafraid of your own depth is the difference between a connection that almost works and one that can hold everything. The seventh unlocking is the one that opens everything from within. There is no external event that will signal that you are ready. No moment when someone outside of you confirms that the wait is over. The final lock on sacred union is interior. It is the moment when your heart, having moved through all the previous chambers, finally comes to rest in a state of complete self-acceptance, not the kind manufactured by affirmations, the kind that arrives after you have genuinely witnessed yourself, the sensitivity, the depth, the longing, the fear, the healing, the becoming and chosen yourself anyway. When that threshold is crossed, something energetically shifts, not metaphorically, literally. Your broadcast changes. The signal you send into the field of potential is no longer filtered through the static of unworthiness or urgency. It becomes clean, Clear. And clean, clear signals find their match. Self-acceptance of this depth is not a single moment. It is a practice that becomes a state. It begins with the small acts of choosing yourself the moment you speak your truth, instead of swallowing it for comfort. The moment you honor your own tiredness instead of pushing through to please someone. The moment you look at the parts of yourself you have always found difficult and say, "You are also welcome here." These small acts accumulate. They build a foundation. And at a certain point, the foundation becomes so solid that the old instabilities, the habitual self-doubt, the reflexive smallness, the reaching for external validation, no longer have anywhere to anchor. They move through you without taking hold. And in that freedom, your frequency reaches a purity it has never had before in this lifetime. Not perfect, not finished, but clear, and that clarity is the final key. Here is what is true about you, right now, in this moment, reading or listening to this. You have not been forgotten. You have not been skipped over by grace. You are not too broken, or too late, or too deep for the love that is written in your frequency. What you are is in preparation. What you are experiencing as longing is actually your soul's intelligence, calling you back to yourself so that when love arrives, real love, aligned love, love that can hold the full weight of who you are, you will not shrink from it. You will not unconsciously push it away because part of you still believes it is too good to be real. You will receive it, completely, because you will have already given yourself what you spent so long hoping someone else would give you. The part of you that doubts this, the part that has been disappointed enough times to have built a protective argument against hope, deserves your compassion, not your agreement. That part of you is not wise. It is wounded. And it has been doing its best to keep you safe by keeping your expectations small. But safety purchased at the price of your capacity to receive love is not safety. It is a slower kind of longing. And you did not come here to long from a safe distance. You came here to receive what you are. And what you are is extraordinary. Every relationship that did not work was not a failure. It was calibration. Every heartbreak that seemed to unravel you was actually stripping away a layer of signal interference. Every season of solitude that felt like punishment was the universe creating the silence necessary for you to finally hear your own frequency clearly. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not alone in this. There are thousands of souls on this same path, in this same moment, doing this same interior work, and the field between you is not empty. It is full of preparation. And when you think about the journey you have traveled to arrive at this moment, every difficult lesson you have integrated, every wound you have had the courage to sit with, every false version of love you released, even when releasing it felt like loss, you begin to see it differently, not as a series of misfortunes, as a series of refinements, each one making your signal more precise, each one stripping away another layer of interference between who you have been performing yourself to be and who you actually are. You are not the accumulation of your heartbreaks. You are what survived them and grew stronger in the surviving. And that person, the one who made it through all of that with their capacity for love still intact, is someone extraordinary, someone worth finding, someone worth the precision of divine timing. Tonight, if you are willing, place your hand on your heart before you sleep, not as a ritual, not as a performance, as a genuine act of self-acknowledgement, and say, out loud or in the quiet of your own knowing, I am the frequency I have been waiting to receive. I am already whole. And what is mine is already moving toward me. Let those words land below the level of thought. Let them reach the part of you that has been waiting not for a person but for permission. Permission to stop bracing. Permission to stop shrinking. Permission to occupy the full space of your own existence without apology or qualification. You have that permission. You have always had it. It was never anyone else's to grant. Before you scroll away, bring yourself back into your body for just one moment. In the comments below, share one thing you are ready to release to make room for what is aligned. One old story, one old wound, one old broadcast you are done sending. Just one. And then find someone else who has shared and meet their honesty with yours. That is not community. That is collective frequency work. That is what changes the field. If this transmission landed somewhere real in you, do not keep it close. Someone in your life needs to hear this today. Pass it on without explanation, just send it. And if you want to stay in this frequency, if you want to keep doing this work in a space that honors the depth of who you are, subscribe. Not because you need more content, because you deserve continued contact with truth that was made for souls like you. You are not just watching, you are shifting. And this is only the beginning of what your heart came here to remember.